Now, let's continue our journey through the great Eastern myth, Journey to the West. Chapter 2. The Monkey King learns the true way. When the handsome Monkey King received his name, he was full of joy and immediately paid respects to the Bodhisattva. The patriarch then instructed the assembly to lead Wukong outside the two gates, teaching him the duties of sweeping, tidying, and proper etiquette in conduct. The immortals obeyed and went out. Outside, Wukong bowed to the senior disciples and arranged his sleeping quarters in the corridors. From the next day, he learned speech, manners, and the teachings of the sutras, practiced writing and incense rituals, and engaged in these practices daily. In his spare time, he swept the floors, tended the garden, cultivated flowers and trees, collected firewood, drew water, and carried provisions. Every necessary item was at hand. Without noticing, 6 or 7 years passed in the cave. One day, the patriarch ascended the altar and gathered the immortals to preach the Tao. Truly, it was as if flowers rained from heaven and golden lotuses rose from the earth. He elaborated the 3 vehicles and revealed the subtlety of myriad laws, combining teachings on Tao, Zen, and Scripture in harmonious unity. With each word, he illuminated the mind, guiding disciples toward the understanding of the ineffable and eternal nature. Hearing the teachings, Wukong was overjoyed, scratching his head and smiling, moving his hands and dancing with delight. The patriarch noticed and asked, "Why do you leap about instead of listening?" Wukong replied, "I listen with sincere heart. Your wondrous words fill me with joy, so I cannot help but express it. Please forgive me, Master." The patriarch asked how long Wukong had been in the cave. Wukong, still somewhat ignorant of time, recounted how he had gathered firewood behind the mountain and feasted 7 times on the peaches of a certain hill. The patriarch confirmed that this was Rotten Peach Mountain and deduced he had been there 7 years. Wukong asked which path of the Tao he should learn. The patriarch introduced 4 categories: the technique, path, involving divination and fortune-telling; the flow path, following various schools of philosophy and religious practice; the stillness path, emphasizing meditation and ascetic discipline; and the movement path, focusing on physical alchemy and ritual. Each time, Wukong asked whether it could grant immortality. Each time, the patriarch explained why it could not, using metaphors such as a pillar within a wall, clay on a kiln, or fishing the moon from water. Wukong wisely refused all, recognizing that none promised lasting life. Hearing Wukong's refusal, the patriarch leapt down, striking him lightly on the head 3 times, then withdrew behind the inner gate, leaving the assembly. The immortals grumbled at Wukong for his audacity, yet he smiled calmly, having already grasped the underlying mystery. The patriarch's actions were a covert instruction. Wukong was to enter through the back gate at midnight to receive secret teaching at the appointed time. Wukong quietly rose, donned his robe, and slipped out through the gate. He approached the inner chamber where the patriarch slept. Kneeling respectfully, he waited. The patriarch awoke, murmuring about the difficulty of the Tao and the need for a true master to transmit it. Recognizing Wukong's presence, he welcomed him and secretly taught the method of immortality: the integration of essence, energy, and spirit, the preservation of vitality, the cleansing of desires, the cultivation of inner light, and the alchemy of life into indestructible form. Wukong memorized the secret formulas and offered deep thanks, then returned to his quarters to maintain the practice, unseen by the others. By dawn, he had already begun the path of longevity. 3 years later, the patriarch again ascended the altar, discussing koans, doctrines, and forms. He inquired of Wukong's progress. Wukong replied that his understanding of the law and cultivation of the roots had strengthened. The patriarch explained that though Wukong's body was refined, he still needed to avoid 3 catastrophic disasters: heavenly, fiery, and wind calamities that could destroy even the most cultivated being. Wukong, initially startled, vowed to follow the teachings precisely. The patriarch then instructed Wukong in magical transformations. Wukong, quick to grasp the methods, mastered the 72 transformations through diligent practice. One day, the patriarch asked him to demonstrate cloud somersaulting. Wukong leaped 5 or 6 zhang into the air, covering a short distance. The patriarch smiled, noting this was only crawling on clouds, not true mastery. Wukong requested the secret of soaring freely. The patriarch finally transmitted the somersault cloud technique. With a proper hand seal, a spoken incantation, and a focused push, a single leap could cover 108,000 li. Delighted, Wukong practiced daily, gaining freedom and immortality, becoming fully unrestrained in his powers. One day, as spring yielded to summer, the immortals gathered beneath the pines. They asked, "Wukong, what is your karmic origin? Did you fully learn the techniques Master quietly taught you? The methods to avoid the 3 disasters?" Wukong smiled. "I confess, Master's instruction was one part, diligence and practice day and night the other. I have mastered them all." The assembly urged him to demonstrate. Wukong, gathering his energy, asked them to give a challenge. "Transform a pine tree," they said. Wukong made the proper seals, chanted incantations, and instantly transformed into a magnificent pine, lofty, straight, enduring frost and snow, without a trace of his monkey form. The immortals applauded and laughed, exclaiming, "Wonderful monkey! Wonderful monkey!" Their excitement, however, disturbed the patriarch. He appeared, staff in hand, scolding the crowd for their loudness. Wukong revealed his true form, explaining that they were merely enjoying his demonstration. The patriarch reprimanded Wukong, warning him that displaying such power before others could endanger his life. Wukong bowed and asked forgiveness, understanding that he must leave at the patriarch's instruction. The master directed him, "Return to where you came from and avoid trouble. Speak of nothing you have learned here, lest your body and spirit be destroyed." Wukong promised, and with the proper seal, leapt onto his somersault cloud, heading back to Flower Fruit Mountain. Along the way, he reflected, "Departing, my body was heavy. Now, with the Tao, both body and spirit are light and one dares to cultivate. Yet I've resolved, and the mysteries are clear. The sea was once perilous. Now the journey is easy. The master's teachings linger, and soon I see my homeland." Arriving at the mountain, he heard the cries of cranes and monkeys and called out, "Children, I am here." Thousands of monkeys, large and small, gathered, bowing and rejoicing. "Great king, we have suffered. A demon has harassed our cave, stolen our fire, and captured our kin. If you had delayed, we would have lost all." Enraged, Wukong demanded the demon's location. They replied that he called himself the Mischief King and resided to the north. Wukong reassured them and leapt off on a series of cloud somersaults to confront him. The northern mountain was steep, with craggy peaks, winding ravines, strange trees, and beasts lurking. Wukong approached the water cavern, where small demons scattered at his sight. He declared, "I am the master of Flower Fruit Mountain. You will answer for harassing my children." The news reached the Mischief King, who donned armor, took a shining blade, and emerged to challenge him. Towering, fierce, and armed, he demanded to know Wukong's purpose. Wukong, though smaller and unarmed, boldly leapt, striking the demon. Their clash shook the mountain. The Mischief King fought with skill and strength, but Wukong, agile and clever, plucked hairs from his own body, chewed them, spat them into the air, and transformed them into hundreds of monkeys surrounding the demon. These magical clones leapt, blocked, grabbed, and struck, disorienting him. Wukong then seized the demon's blade, cleaving it in two, and led the monkeys into the cavern, defeating the remaining demons. Among the captured were monkeys stolen by the Mischief King. Wukong comforted them, restored their homes, and used magic to light fires, reclaiming the cave. The monkeys asked how to return home safely. Wukong chanted spells, and they safely landed in Flower Fruit Mountain. The entire troop rejoiced, offering fruit and wine, celebrating their reunion. Wukong recounted his journey. He had left Flower Fruit Mountain, traveled across seas, learned human forms and skills, and eventually encountered a venerable master who taught him the secret of immortality. The monkeys marveled, praising his rare fortune. Wukong revealed his true name, Sun Wukong. The monkeys clapped and cheered, acknowledging him as their king, and they celebrated together with fruit, wine, and laughter. In this way, the Monkey King restored his clan, returned to his mountain, and prepared for future adventures. His immortality and powers now fully manifest. How things will unfold in this world from beginning to end. Let us wait for the next chapter to find out.